The NHTSA investigation has been a very long and difficult 18 months for Chrysler, especially because we remain convinced that there is absolutely no defect in our minivan liftgate latches. We're taking the action that we're announcing today because of the concerns the investigation and the surrounding attention has caused our minivan owners. We're doing what we believe is right for our owners, our customers, and that is taking an action that we believe will give them peace of mind and will continue to allow the trust and confidence in our products that we have worked so very long and so very hard to provide. Remember, NHTSA has not concluded there is a defect, and the implementation of Chrysler's actions should resolve any concerns that they have about minivan tailgate latches. NHTSA is expected to formally close the investigation following a period of monitoring the implementation of this action. And this is very heartening to us because Chrysler, we believe, more than any other company, has established an image of minivan safety leadership. I think most of you know it. We were the first to provide standard driver and passenger airbags. We were the first to provide an integrated child safety seat. We were the first with dynamic side impact protection. And we were the first to meet all 1998 passenger car safety standards a full 3 years before they were required on minivans. Both NHTSA and Chrysler agree that owners can and should feel confident about continuing to drive their Chrysler minivans until and beyond the time replacement latches arrive in the dealerships. We both remind owners they can best protect themselves and their passengers by being properly seated and using seat belts properly at all times, and we urge them to do so. Now, before we take any questions you might have, I'd like to have a few people join me who have been closely involved throughout this investigation, starting with Dale Dawkins, who's Director of Vehicle Compliance and Safety Affairs. Dale. Chris Theodore, General Manager of Minivan Platform Engineering, and Lou Goldfarb, our Assistant General Counsel. And gentlemen and ladies, if you have any questions. Yes, John.
Bud, how much is it going to cost you per vehicle to make this fix?
This is pretty new to us. We don't have that number right now, and frankly, we wouldn't give it out if we did. Yes, Jim.
Do you plan to take any special charges or anything like that to cover the cost of this, or will it be just covered in the regular expenses?
I don't think we can comment on that right now based on, am I right, Bill? I can't comment on that right now. Yes, Jim, I'm sorry.
Given all the data you showed us, Bud, how do you explain NHTSA's persistence in pursuing this investigation?
Well, I guess I'd let someone else comment on it, but I guess NHTSA believed there was an issue here. As we said, they have had no finding of a defect. They have not, this is not a NHTSA recall. I don't know, Dale, do you want to comment, or Lou? Either.
Yeah, I think I'm Dale Dawkins. It's a complicated investigation. There were a lot of data that needed reviewing. We had considerable discussion with NHTSA. We've been optimistic for some time that they would close the investigation. We still continue to believe they will close the investigation, but we simply couldn't wait longer and keep our owners in the middle on this one.
Yeah.
Who negotiated this with NHTSA? Was it you, Mr. Goldfarb? And if so, does the NHTSA investigation still officially remain open pending this non-recall?
I negotiated along with Dale Dawkins. The investigation does continue to remain open so that they can monitor the response rate that we get to our contacts with owners as well as our PR campaign.
Follow-up question. What response rate do you have to attain for NHTSA to be satisfied?
We don't have a specific rate in mind. This is a very unusual campaign.
Yeah, Kathy.
All the auto companies now are talking about their interest in customer service, and this is where the war will be won or lost since all the vehicles are pretty much comparable now. Why didn't you just let the people come in and fix them in the first place. I mean, you didn't have to acknowledge that anything was wrong. Companies keep
We're not
citing-
acknowledging that
well,
anything
no,
is wrong.
but right, but why didn't you just fix them in the first place? The dealers are saying the latch only costs $90 or $100. So in the interest of customer service, companies are always pointing out companies like Nordstrom and people, we want to be like them. When you have something, you call them, they take the stuff back, and they fix it. So why didn't you just replace them in the first place?
Well, again, because we never believed that there was a safety defect with these things or any problem with the latches. What's happened is we've been watching the awareness levels over the last several months. We have not, frankly, been flooded with phone calls from customers, but we are aware that there is a higher awareness on a growing basis, and that awareness is triggering some concerns with our customers. And frankly, minivans, as I said earlier, minivans are us, and minivans are our heart and soul. And we sell minivans to families, and they haul their most precious cargo around in these things, their children and their families. And we got to the point where we said, as Dale said, we just can't let this go on any longer. If it's their concern, it has got to be our concern, and we've got to respond to it. And by the way, John, I'd like to go back. While I'm not going to tell you the amount of money, I will tell you that cost has never even been a discussion or an issue in this. It's been about what are you doing for the customer here.
What about the damage that has been done thus far in image? Chrysler has taken a couple of knocks lately in national publications, and then this thing has come out. How would you assess that, put some kind of a figure on that, or put it into the proper perspective about what's really happening out there with this company in the public eye?
I can't put a figure on it. I can only tell you that we're doing today what we think is the right thing to go back at that image issue. We are doing what we think our customers expect us to do. We think our customers will be satisfied with this action. We think our minivan customers know that we really care, that we talk to them more than probably anybody talks to any customers, especially in light of the fact that we're introducing a new one in a couple of months. So this is an action that is aimed at putting our money where our mouth is, I guess, and saying, not just saying we care, but showing that we care.
Is the image of the company suffering right now because of this situation and the ones that have preceded it?
Well, it certainly isn't helping the image of the company. Fortunately, I think our products are strong enough in the marketplace from a design point of view. I mean, we have cab-forward design where we're giving bigger interiors, one step up from the exteriors of the cars. We've got terrific value. Our cars, our trucks, our minivans are being enormously well received by dealers and by customers. The things gone right quotient of our products is just incredible. I mean, the people who have the products are genuinely happy with them, genuinely enthusiastic about them. Our owner loyalty numbers are building. So is this kind of thing going to hurt our image? Yes, up until now. But hopefully what we're talking about today is going to help our image.
Timing on this announcement. Were you concerned that if this issue were to continue to boil over, that it could hurt the launch of your new minivan? And was this designed to get it behind you before you really get into that launch?
I think absolutely that was a concern. I think it was secondary. I think the primary concern was to take care of the customers who have minivans today and make them feel comfortable, give them peace of mind that the products that they're driving are safe. And as I said, we want to get the message across that they should feel safe driving those minivans between now and the time that we're able to put a new latch on. Yes?
Jacques Tachereau from Radio-Canada. Here.
I don't see. Oh, okay.
Over here. No, over here.
Oh, over there,
Jacques Tachereau
okay.
from Radio-Canada. I'd just like to confirm that Canadian minivan owners are included in your program.
Yes.
That's fine.
But,
yes, yeah. I'm sorry.
but how many vehicles in the United States and Canada are involved in the recall? How
What
many
is a recall?
in the service action?
The service action.
And how many fatalities have been documented? And has any additional anecdotal evidence of other fatalities emerged since NHTSA opened its hotline?
Dale, you want to take that one?
Yeah, I think there were about three questions in one there. Let me see if I can remember the order. The best we can tell you about volume is that in the U.S. for the model years 1984 through 1994, which is the subject of this service action, there's about a little less than 3.9 million vehicles that have been produced. But we're going to have to go through all of the owner registrations to determine the actual number of letters being sent. But 3.9 million were produced during that period of time. In Canada, my recollection is it's about 600,000 in the corresponding period of time in Canada. I forgot the third question.
The second question was the number of fatalities
Oh.
and whether additional fatalities had been uncovered from the anecdotal evidence since the hotline began.
The latest information that we have from NHTSA is that they have some evidence that there were 51 cases with 25 fatalities. We've not been able to confirm all of those, but the order of magnitude is probably something like that. I do not have information as to what might have come in subsequent to that from their press release requesting added information.
Yes, Jim.
Sorry, you said it was an unprecedented agreement. Do you think it could be precedent setting, and would that be a good or a bad thing?
Lou?
I think that the nature of this whole inquiry was somewhat precedent setting. I don't really suspect that this will open the doors to other similar actions by NHTSA.
You know, when you,